My position on amnesty, you mean in terms of illegal immigration? The first issue we have to confront is that the borders are porous. They have to be sealed. Border security comes first. There is no question about that. We have not allowed the resources to be invested appropriately because we have had too much in the way of stimulus, bailout, health bills. All of these new expenditures have meant that we cannot devote the resources that we need to border security, to coordinating between state and local and federal authorities, so that at the very least, people who are here illegally and commit a crime will be deported. That alone would be a step in the right direction. We need to assure that E-Verify is easy for employers to use so that the temptation to hire illegally is stemmed, and I think that's a part of it as well. We have approximately 13 million, nobody knows the exact number, people here in the United States illegally. To deport all of them is probably impossible. It's a moot point if we can't secure the borders. That's why so much thought is devoted to that idea. Yeah. Whether or not there would be a penalty program that would somehow put people at the end of the line to enter citizenship legally and convert them into tax-paying citizens, whether or not that's an option, I think it's an appropriate point for consideration, certainly. It is something that we do have to think about as a practical matter, but it is a matter of getting in line because so many millions of people have been waiting legitimately to become citizens, and we cannot penalize them either. Yes, sir.
What do you think about children born in America of illegal parents?
I think the 14th Amendment needs to be readdressed. I think if a parent is here illegally, it's reasonable to consider that a baby born of a parent here illegally should not necessarily receive automatic citizenship.
Pardon me. Midterm election this year offers Tea Party members, Republicans, conservatives, a wonderful opportunity because there is a possibility where we can wind up picking up 50 to 70 seats. If that is the case, and God, I pray, would you be willing to form a newbie coalition that would block any legislation from going on? With 50 votes, you could actually stop Congress from enacting these erroneous programs and correct what needs to be corrected. So my question is, would you be willing to open with the other new candidates to form a coalition to do just that?
That's a great question. In fact, there's a fellow challenger, a GOP challenger in, I think it's Arizona, who has formed a group called the Freshman 50, and we're working right now actually on a set of proposals for legislation that we would, somewhat like a Contract for America, that we would stick behind once we got into Congress. It includes term limits. It includes mandatory spending cap. It includes various issues. It includes heal and replacement of the health care bill that are been discussed in detail tonight. So yeah, I would be willing to do something like that.
What is your stand on the abortion issue?
I've had the opportunity, Regina is here, to stand before the Hudson Valley Coalition for Life. We talked for 3 hours. No, I don't, and I'm not claiming that you did. By any means, I am pro-choice with stipulations. My stipulations are as follows. Number one, I will abide by the restrictions on federal spending embodied in the Hyde Amendment and the Mexico City Agreement. Number two, I am opposed to late-term abortion, unless the life of the mother is truly involved. And number three, I favor parental notification and consent. Yes?
Although I'm not in your district, so I can't vote for you. And some of us may not like every single position that you have, but I think we all have to remember that you're running against a person that I think we don't like any of the positions that you have. And so while I applaud other Republicans that wanted to get into this race, Some of them have dropped out one by one. We don't have a few of them showing up tonight. Can you tell us a little about your position in terms of being able to actually defeat John Hall because of your financial abilities and your organization? How will you run that campaign to win it, as opposed to others that are just trying to run but have no chance to win it?
And you have 2 minutes to answer that
Yes,
question.
sir. As you're talking about operatives and self-funders, I am considered to be one of those candidates who does have a certain amount of resources that I can devote to the campaign. I certainly have some good friends and colleagues in the National Republican Congressional Committee or RCC. I'm not the object of operatives that I know of. Let me just state that. Yes, Ed, go ahead.
Your husband did abortion, and
He's sitting in front of you.
according to picketters at the Mount Kisco Medical Group, members of that medical group still do abortion. I don't know if that's true, but I don't know why you're picketing. So we
Ed, let me finish the Republican question, and then I'll get to that question.
So we explain that to us in detail, and that lady has a second question about homosexual marriage, which you didn't answer.
Let me finish the Republican question. So, in any case, the NRCC has a program called Young Guns. They follow about 150 challenger races across the country. I'm at their contender level. They do have about 24 Young Guns now, most of whom have been through their primaries already. We have a late primary in New York, as you know. There are only 3 women contenders that I know of, and I'm one of them. There are about 40 contender races. So, we're well positioned in terms of the national scene. We've got a lot, and in terms of, obviously, the key thing, competing against Congressman Hall, we had $659,000 cash on hand as of March 31st. That exceeded Congressman Hall's cash on hand by about $105,000, something like that. And we intend to keep right on going. Tom Price, who's one of our most talented congressmen, is coming up actually to headline a fundraiser for us in June. We've got nice support from across the country and across the district and across the region, and we intend to continue building that. So we fully intend, we are loaded to defeat Congressman Hall and replace him with a congresswoman who cares deeply about the same values that you do, who wants to empower you to have the prosperity and liberty that as Americans you deserve. In terms of pro-life, pro-choice, at the medical group, there are 25 OBGYNs at this point. Some are pro-life and some are pro-choice. I will tell you that the pro-life OBGYNs have been giving to my campaign. I have many friends and supporters who are pro-life. So I have every respect for them, and I am very compatible with their views, and as a legislator, I represent essentially what they would be looking for in terms of any federal funding question. So that is what I would say in regard to that question. And with regard to traditional marriage, I feel that the federal legislators are not in the business of imposing a redefinition of marriage on the states.
Can I make a point about you, like, I constantly hear this pro-life and abortion and gay marriage and all this. Those are very personal decisions, and I think if you keep dwelling on these, you're going to have a lot of divisiveness within this group. I've got gay people in my family, and I sympathize with them. I imagine a lot of you people do.
Yep.
There are a lot of gay names on the Vietnam Wall.
Absolutely.
Okay? I think we should kind of lay off those people.
Well, I was just implying the question,
I'm just telling this as a group here. Right?
And with that, we're out of time.
It's going to be a very divisive subject.